Here we will look at what is the fundamental difference between an ERP which we run in-house, ERP which is now run by data center, conventionally known as ASP model, and the Cloud ERP, also known as SaaS, Software as a Service ERP model. Now in a conventional ERP, basically we are having the entire hardware infrastructure in-house, supported by a expert IT department, and then we buy the ERP license, then we buy the database license, and then we actually maintain the entire infrastructure such that every year we have a recurring cost on upgrades, maintenance, and so on and so forth. And typically these implementations are tailor-made and fitted into a particular business. Now if a particular company has multiple businesses, then you really have probably multiple implementations all trying to talk to each other and consolidate. So it becomes highly complex because these are conventional architectures built for enterprises to be able to be efficient for their particular business. Now the ASP model is nothing but taking this entire infrastructure and saying, look, the company, look, I don't have too many IT experts, or I don't want to manage all the IT experts because they really are very valuable and my company does not have the expertise to manage these IT people and so on. You give it to large service providers who will actually take this entire implementation and host it in their environments and run it like an ASP model. So that is called the ASP model, where the same thing is now gone to a data center off-premise. And typically this is also now done through the internet. So people confuse this model, and here also you can now pay monthly rents and so on and so forth. And therefore people confuse this with the software as a service. But in software as a service, it's a fundamentally different model, where the architecture is entirely rebuilt, ground up, such that it takes the uses the power of internet completely. The important point is now the architecture is built such that it is built for collaboration, and it is built in small pieces, and it's assembled like processes such that you can add in new pieces of software and new processes very dramatically, very fast and very quickly. And also the architecture, the hardware architecture is such that it is one implementation regardless of the business. So the software is built such that it is implemented in one data center in one stack, and hundreds of companies can now use this software from the same implementation. It is not that for different businesses I have different implementations, but one implementation, hundreds of companies using it in for hundreds of different purposes. That means the software has to behave differently for different people or different businesses. The same software for a service provider will behave differently. It will behave differently for a manufacturing company. It will behave differently for a trading company, and so on and so forth. And also it has to be built such that it can scale infinitely. For example, for manufacturing, if this product is going to support manufacturing businesses, then what happens is, for example, the important runs like MRP run and so on, hundreds of MRP runs could be run simultaneously from the same implementation. How does architecture take care of that, such that any number of MRP runs, batch runs, and minor customizations or new modules by each customer can all run independently without affecting each other? All this is brought together by the convergence of multiple technologies, which is now called, in a simple manner, called cloud computing. But to get a product of the ERP class, which can handle very large scale customers, whether it's big or small, is technologically very challenging. And to simplify it and bring it to the market and make it actually work is a big challenge, and I think it's a big breakthrough by Ramco. And therefore Ramco ERP is actually a fundamental breakthrough. Ramco ERP on the cloud is a fundamental breakthrough, we believe, in this whole technological area.